What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you for clicking on this video, and we're gonna get to the haircut, but it's gotta say it's a beautiful Sunday here in the great state of Texas. Not too much planned today. I'm gonna finish this video up, get this uploaded, hopefully have it uploaded by this evening. Also gotta take care of a little issue that I had with my chair. So this is a lever to my chair, and I haven't been able to use it for about a week and a half now. But I gotta say that there's a huge perk in being a barber. And I met a client last week. This is just a little side note story. I met a client last week. He came in for the first time, and he happens to be a welder. So, I'm discussing this issue about the chair, and he said that he's gonna hook it up. So he's gonna hook that up today, and we're gonna get my chair back in operation. Other than that, get the video up, and just get ready for the rest of this work week. It's been a very busy week, and it's only going to get busier. School starting on September 1st here in the area that I'm at in Texas. So this week is already practically almost full for me. I do have like a few spots here and there on Tuesday and Wednesday. So it's a huge blessing to be booked. It's a huge blessing to have clients that can look out and get little things taken care of, like the little welding project I got there. So when people say that, being self-employed and barbering doesn't come with benefits, you have to look at the wider spectrum of things that you are benefiting from. So that's just a little bit of motivation to get you to see what you can benefit from barbering if you're not already a barber. And if you are a barber, you know exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of clients will hook you up, with, food. I got hooked up with tires. I got hooked up with reservations on Valentine's Day at the very last minute. Just little things like that add up, and make life, worth the while, make the career worth the while. So just keep that in the back of your head, keep that in mind, keep trucking, keep pushing, and just continue to stay motivated behind the chair. Also, this past week, I got some merch in that I did start dishing out to everybody that bought it. I did a pre-order on my Facebook and Instagram. I haven't really trickled all the orders over to YouTube yet. I personally feel I have not gained a large enough following to do that yet. But if you do feel like, you would buy some merch, let me know down in the comments if you'd be interested in that. That'd be something that I would love to put out to the YouTube side of things. I do have subscribers on Instagram and Facebook that have ordered merch, and I'm extremely blessed. That's so dope. You do not know how much I appreciate everybody's support, everybody rocking with the channel. It's a huge, huge blessing, extremely humbling. But I will show you a piece of the latest merch that I did get, and that's going to be this shirt right here. It is a Miami Heat inspired jersey shirt. Got the little clipper, the Barber logo on the top corner, faded, 00. Jayblends on the back, 00. I thought that would be a dope idea to put out during the NBA playoffs right now. The Heat do happen to be in the playoffs currently. Not a Heat fan, I just really thought that was a dope colorway to go with. And I had a little short stay in Miami in my younger years. But that's a piece of merch that I just released. I have been making t-shirts since April when we were in quarantine, and it was just a way to, stay connected with with my clients and, people who follow me on Instagram and YouTube, just to maintain that connection while I wasn't in the shop. Also provided some type of income for me when we weren't in the shop, which was pretty dope as well. And it's just amazing and humbling to know how much support I have gotten from, multiple people. I'll probably do a video here pretty soon showing you each piece of merch that I have released so far, and let you guys see, and let me know what y'all think about the type of designs that I have created. All the designs I do create on my own, and I pass them off to somebody who makes the shirts. So other than that, let's get straight to the video. This is gonna be a mid-fade haircut on my brother that I did a few days ago, keeping him fresh. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and let's get straight to the haircut.
Look, I just flipped the switch.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a simple haircut. We're going to be doing a mid-bald fade. On my brother here, you can see his hair is growing out quite a bit. He has the sideburns all the way down to his jawbone area. Usually he has a skin fade, so we're going to go ahead and get him hooked up. What we're going to do is going to get our number 2 guard lever closed using our cordless wall seniors, and going to get that hair knocked down. Make sure you go against the grain all around the head. What I'm going to do is mainly do the top of the head portion, and not really knock down into all the way around, because we're going to end up fading that hair anyway. So just knocking out that top portion off so we can fade into that. And then I'm going to take my Andis Slimline Pro Allies. If you can see how I'm arching it from the front to the back, I'm using that corner of the eye as a reference point on where I'm going to make my guideline, and then I'm going to arch it up and down the back, so it's going to be kind of a drop fade shape. And I'm just going to go ahead and take that all the way around the head. And like I said, you want to make sure you're using reference points. So you can see on the left side, I go down to the corner of the eye on the left side as well, arch it up and back down beside the head, down towards the occipital bone. So you just want to make sure that you're maintaining some symmetry, and just aligning some reference points is always going to help you out with that symmetry, and will give you some areas where you can relate to the left side and the right side, so you can mirror your fade on both sides. So we're going to go ahead and take care of the right side first. I'm going to do the entire right side fade, and then we'll time lapse the left side. Like I normally do in all my videos. If you are a usual viewer, shout out to anybody who's new to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. Constantly trying to pass out knowledge and just whatever I can to help people learn more about cutting hair. So we took that shaver, and what you're going to do is just flick up on that area we used the trimmer on, and not so much dig in, so we can get that faded out to bald. But after that, we have the wall cordless seniors, and we have the lever open, and we're just making our first panel of hair that we're going to fade into. As you can see, the guideline I made is going to be pretty large, for the fact that we want to make sure that we spread this blend, so we can get some good gradiency, and when you look at it, make sure you get that blurry look to the fade. So I'm stretching the skin here just to make sure I get every bit faded out completely how I want it to be faded out. And we're just lever playing, so we're going to open up the lever, fade up, open up the lever, fade up, open up the lever, till we have that lever completely open and that entire panel of hair completely faded out. This is just a foolproof method on how to fade, and just to make sure that you keep a process going and you don't get lost in your fade. A lot of people fade down that I've seen. Me personally, I found this system works better for me. I never get lost in my haircuts, and I always maintain symmetry and consistency for each and every client, and that's a goal that you want to have. So after we use that no guard lever open, faded out that panel of hair, we're going to go ahead and put on the half guard lever open, and we're going to make another panel of hair to fade up. After we do that, we're going to do exactly what we've been doing with the same process. Close the lever, open it slightly, start fading up until we have this entire panel of hair faded out. So you see how his hair growth is. Some of the hair towards the front grows downward forward, some hair grows straight down, some hair grows towards the back. So you want to make sure that you're taking that clipper blade and going against the grain for all those hair follicles, so that way you can have a complete blend and make sure that everything is faded out. Now you can see me really playing with the lever on the back side of the haircut there. That's because some of those areas on the back do have a little bit of dark spots. There is a little bit of indentation in his head. So when you're playing with the lever and you're stretching the skin, you're going to make sure that you get those dark spots faded out. So you just want to make sure that you're paying attention to those little details and those things like that. That's going to separate you from the next barber. So as you can see here, I have that one guard on, and we're just lever playing. We already used the one guard lever open, and now I'm opening the lever slightly and fading up, open lever slightly and fading up. So the next guard that we are going to use is going to be our 1.5 guard, and that is going to be the guard that should fade into the 2 guard that we used on the top. So like I said, I didn't use the 2 guard all the way around, because I know that we were going to eventually fade the sides, so there's no use in me knocking all that hair down with the 2 guard. So have the lever open, and I'm just fading into that number 2 guard on the top now. And after we use the lever open, we're just gonna go ahead and mess with the lever, play with that a little bit, and just start flicking into that 2 guard on the top, getting out those dark spots. And after we use the clipper and the guards, I do go over it with a little bit of shear over comb and make sure we can get every little bit detailed and make sure that we don't have nothing that can be misconstrued as a dark spot or something that's not faded. And we're just going to go ahead and use our shear over comb technique to make sure we get all of that completely faded out, so we can have just butter on the side. Just keep it completely blended, and just stay consistent with your process. So I always detail with either clipper over comb or shear over comb, or I use the thinning shears to take out little dark spots that I see. Now using the shear over comb, we are getting everything blended and things knocked down, but as you can see here, there is still dark spots that I use the thinning shears for. And I use the thinning shears in areas where there's more hair growth than other parts of the head. You'll find that in a lot of, different clients. You'll find that there's like a patch or patches of hair where there's an overgrowth more than the rest of the head, and that's when the thinning shears will come into play and really help you out in that situation. Now you want to make sure that you're just being very careful. You're not really digging a lot into the hair, because you can really patch somebody and bald somebody. So you want to use those very few front teeth of your thinning shears to make sure you're detailing with that part. Now after we do that, we're going to go ahead and take our Anda Slimline Pros, and then we're just going to go ahead and knock out the C-cup area, edge it up while we're on this side. And I will do the rest of the edge up towards the end, but I always like to just knock out whatever little I can while I have that tool in my hand, or while that side is visible and I'm working on that side. That way we don't have to rework areas that we've already worked. So right here on the left side, I'm time-lapsing it because it's the same exact steps that we did on the right side. We're just reverting to the left side and just mirroring what we already did. So like I said, just follow that process. Follow a process. It doesn't have to be this specific process, but find what works for you as a barber. Find what type of process is more manageable time-wise, what gives you the best results for putting out a blurry fade, and just stay consistent with that. It may take you to try a few different things to find your niche, to find what works for you. But once you find something that works for you, I would take full advantage of that situation and just run with that, and just try to practice and practice and practice to just try to get that down pat, so you can be fast and put out quality work at the same time. My haircuts usually take between 30 to 45 minutes, and that happened over putting continuous repetitions in. I've been cutting now in the shop I'm at for 4 years, and that's just time and time again of just cutting hair. You build up a quickness to your haircuts. And I remember when I first started cutting hair, it would take me an hour and a half to do some type of haircuts. A lot of things that I'd never cut before, may take longer. So, you're going to always have curveballs thrown at you, but always maintain your demeanor and confidence in front of a client, and just tackle whatever may land in front of you. A lot of times if a client walked in, I would just, I would ask them what type of haircut they wanted. And at that point, I would excuse myself to go to the break room or to the restroom real quick, like 1 or 2 minutes, look up a YouTube video, skim through the video real quick just to see, the steps that I have to take in order to achieve the haircut. And that was back when I first started cutting. And now, sorry, excuse my little son there. He's over here making his cameo appearance. But like I was saying, I would go to the bathroom real quick, skim through the video, look at the haircut, see the steps I have to take to do it, and just knock it out that way. Now I can look at a haircut and a picture and just duplicate that. So you get more experience as time goes on, the more reps you put in. As you can see, we are at the edge up portion of the haircut, and my brother's edge up is extremely difficult. His widow's peak dips very far down, and he is slightly receding on the corners of his head. So
I really have to fabricate a hairline most of the time because of, you know, how deep the widow's peak goes and how far back the receding goes. So we do knock it out though. I make an imaginary point on where I would see the line where the receding area is, and just edge up that portion like you see right there. I'm not pushing too far back. And at this point, I do use some hair fibers, so I throw a little bit of hair spritz on first, let that dry a little bit, and then we throw on the hair fibers. These are just your Topic hair fibers. I believe this is the dark brown hair fibers, and we're just going to put a light coat, nothing too heavy. You want to make sure that you're still maintaining a natural look to the haircut. You don't want it to look too fabricated or too fake. So you can barely see that I throw in the hair fibers until I go with the edger and I edge that up, and now you can see that hairline start to appear. And like I said, you just want to keep it natural, nothing too crazy, nothing too dark. You don't want to be looking like Carlos Bouger out here in these streets. But you can see there, we got that edge up nice and crispy. You can kind of see where the receding was, but we have those hair fibers there to save that hairline. And you can use, you know, Tune 45. You could use, I know people use Kiss Express, and people use Beijing. It all depends on your preference, but specifically for this video, I just thought I would use the hair fibers on this particular haircut. I do sometimes throw in the Tune 45, the color, and for this type of hair color, I would use a dark brown and not the onyx black. But I do have to re-up on that. It's been a minute since I ordered some, and I just ran out. So that is another reason why I did use the hair fibers for this particular haircut. Now, after we get those hair fibers edged up with the trimmer, I do go over it with the Tune 45 exposed razor cartridge, and make sure that we get that nice and crispy. You want to make sure that you're going against the grain, both ways, shaving with the grain against the grain, making sure that it's completely bald, and that the haircut's coming together. It's all flowing. The edge up, I feel, is like a very crucial part of the haircut. It ties the entire haircut together. It is the icing on the cake, in my opinion. Some people may debate that, but that's just my opinion. And you can see there, we got a blurry fade on the side, crispy edge up, got them all taken care of. If you stuck through the entire video, I really appreciate you hanging through this one. It was a 17-minute video, but just shout out to y'all. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. Let's get this channel some more exposure. We are nearing and approaching 1,500 subscribers. At 2K, I will be giving away a Tune 45 Power Mat, so stay tuned for that. Like the channel, share it, share the content. Go follow me on Instagram at Jayblends_. And once again, thank you for watching the video. And until next time, peace.